As Caroline sat and played the piano, she wondered, can children really make a difference?
3 seconds left to score the winning goal.
Shaw shouted, running across the room, kicking a soccer ball.
Today, I might let you marry a prince,
Hannah said, playing with her favorite doll. The Collins children were full of adventure. 10-year-old Caroline danced like a ballerina. Shaw was rough and tough like most 7-year-old boys and was always getting dirty. 4-year-old Hannah tumbled across the house like a gymnast. The children knew how to have fun, but they had no idea of the adventure that was in store for them when they opened a box on that one special day of the year. The sun rose above the horizon on that cool morning as rays of light peeked through the cracks in the tightly drawn blinds. The children opened their eyes, jumped out of bed, and crept towards the family room where they saw piles of sparkling lights and packages wrapped in colorful Christmas paper. Excited, they ran into the room and started opening presents. Just as they thought the last present had been unwrapped, their mom and dad carried out a surprise, a box with 2 words written on the side. "Human Society?" Caroline asked.
No, Caroline,
Said her mom.
Humane Society. This gift is special because it represents the true spirit of giving. It's about helping others in need, even if they have 4 paws.
The box began to shake and jiggle. Its top sprung open, and a brown and white puppy jumped out. It ran over to Hannah and Shaw and started licking their faces. Then, a cute white puppy climbed out of the box, walked over to Caroline, and laid in her lap. Caroline hugged it and said, "Let's call her Lily."
Hannah, our puppy is getting the perfect boy name.
Said Shaw.
he keeps licking me.
Hannah said. "We'll call yours Lick," said Caroline. After the holidays, Caroline and Shaw went back to school and learned a lot more than math or English. They learned about responsibility. Each morning before school, Caroline had to feed the dogs. Lily loved to eat, while Lick loved to play with his food. Shaw walked them around the backyard for exercise and discovered that Lick loved to run, while Lily just walked. Lick was a leader and always got into a lot of things. Every day was a new beginning for the puppies. Lick explored everything while Lily followed him. She always tried to keep him from making a mess.
No, Lick, no!
No matter how hard she tried, Lick always seemed to get into a lot of things he shouldn't have. Every night when the Collins family sat down for dinner, Lick and Lily sat with them.
The puppies are part of our family now.
Mr. Collins said.
How can they be family when Lick and Lily aren't people?
Hannah asked. Hannah's mom looked at her and smiled.
Hannah, it's not what you look like or even where you came from that makes you family. It's how much you love each other.
Then I guess I have a new brother and sister.
Shaw added.
Hooray!
Said Hannah. At school, Caroline daydreamed about playing with her puppies. But they weren't going to be puppies much longer. Months had passed since they arrived, and summer was right around the corner. Lick was growing faster than she ever imagined.
Attention, class. I want you to start thinking about your summer assignment.
The teacher said.
Each of you should pick something fun and keep a journal to share with the class when you return in the fall.
Lick, Lily, come on!
The days grew warmer and the sun stayed up longer, giving them more time to play outside. One day, while Hannah played outdoors, she unlatched the handle on the gate.
Hannah! Come eat your lunch!
Mrs. Collins said. Hannah went inside and didn't see Lick and Lily walk through the open gate. That's when Lick and Lily's first adventure began.
Let's see what's out there,
Said Lick.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Lily answered.
It's okay. Let's go exploring.
Lick and Lily walked down a trail until they came to the edge of the woods. Excited, Lick didn't want to stop there, so they walked until they reached the top of a steep hill, where they looked over the edge and saw something very strange.
What is that green, icky water?
Lick asked. They went to the water's edge and looked in. Lick took one more step and... Splash! He fell in!
Help!
Lily grabbed a stick and held it out. Lick struggled to reach it, then bit the other end. Lily pulled and pulled until Lick was out of the dirty water. Lick laid his head against a rock, shaking, covered from head to toe in slime and dirt. He smelled awful.
I don't feel so good.
Lick said.
My eyes burn, my skin's tingling, and my stomach feels sick.
Wait here, Lick. I'll go get help.
Lily ran back to the house and heard a faint voice in the distance.
Lily, Lick, where are you?
She saw Caroline through some trees and started barking. No one could understand her except Hannah, who knew exactly what Lily was saying.
Mommy, Lily said Lick is hurt and wants to take us to him.
Hannah said. Lily ran while the family followed her down the trail to the spot where Lick was lying. Mr. Collins picked him up, carried him to the car, and drove him to the animal hospital, where they laid him on the table. Dr. Simpson came in, examined him, and felt Lick's tummy.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to leave him with me.
Later that day, Mr. Collins called the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA, to report the polluted water. 2 men in white coats came out to gather samples. The next morning, the whole family went to pick up Lick at the hospital. Dr. Simpson had a strange look on his face.
Lick's gonna be just fine, but there is one change.
He smiled.
Lick is now...
The door flew open, and Lick sprang in to see them. Everyone looked at him and shouted in unison,
He's green!
The men from the EPA came back that afternoon.
Our tests show that the icky green water is full of toxic chemicals people have illegally dumped there. We have to clean up the mess and fix the harm to our ecological system.
Eco what system? Caroline asked.
Ecological system, but it's often referred to as the ecosystem. It's everything living together in the environment, including air, soil, water, and sunlight.
Like the birds, animals, and trees? Caroline asked.
That's right. We're all responsible for taking care of the ecosystem.
The man said. Caroline had trouble sleeping that night, wondering why people would put chemicals into a pond. The same pool of waste that made Lick sick had probably harmed a lot of other animals who drank from it. At that moment, Caroline realized that children can make a difference in the world. They just needed someone to show them what they could do. The next night at dinner, the family decided to give Lick a new name. I know, said Caroline. How about Eco Green Dog? Together with Eco Green Dog, we can explore all the ways that children can help save our planet. On the last day of school, Caroline shared her summer assignment. My dogs, Eco and Lily, are going to lead us on adventures to discover ways that people are harming our ecosystem. We're going to keep a journal of our adventures. Every time someone does something good for the environment, they will get a picture of Eco Green Dog as a seal of ecological approval. Caroline asked the class, "Are all of you excited? Because today our adventures begin."